And that humanity, the focus of this next story. You'll recall 9/11 also made a big impact here in the Maritimes as planes were diverted to airports all over Atlantic Canada. Thousands of travelers were stranded in airports, schools, and other buildings. For at least one family, though, the tragedy led to a friendship that lasts to this day. CTV's Allan April has more.
And this is when they were at the airport, and it just shows you like how many planes were there.
For Marilyn Price and her family, the anniversary of 9/11 brings up unique memories.
Well, I always think of them. I always think of the family that we had here because that was the biggest impact it had on me.
That morning, the Spexcadas, a family of 6 from Louisiana, were on their way home from a family trip to Amsterdam, scheduled to land in Atlanta, Georgia, when they first realized something was wrong.
All of a sudden it got quiet. We noticed the stewardesses were going up to the pilot and then back. They looked a little concerned, but not panicked. We didn't know exactly where we were going to land. I think the pilot first said we were going to try to land in Toronto, I believe, and then it was full, so we were routed to Halifax.
Shortly after 11:30 that morning, the first of 40 planes to be diverted to Halifax landed here at Stanfield International Airport. Around 8,000 passengers made an unexpected stop in Halifax that day. Similar situations across Atlantic Canada. More than 2,200 stranded passengers and crew landed in Moncton, most staying at the Coliseum. And earlier this week, a 250-pound piece of steel that was once part of the Twin Towers passed through the Maritimes, en route to Gander, Newfoundland, where nearly 7,000 passengers were fed and housed after 9/11. Back in Halifax, the Spexcada family were taken to Sackville High School.
When we were bused to Sackville High School, we were greeted by teenagers. There was one teenager for every person on the bus. And the teenage, and that was very heartwarming to us because we at that time did not know what occurred.
I really felt I should be doing something to help, and I knew a lot of people were, so I was wishing to do something. And then got a call from my friend who was a teacher at the school, and she had this family of 6 and wanted to know if we would take them.
The Price family welcomed the Spexcadas into their home and formed a friendship that still exists to this day.
For them, it was a very stressful time, but for us, I enjoyed having them and felt good about having them here.
We went sightseeing, or he took us around to Peggy's Cove and other places of interest. It was wonderful.
Fanny and Marilyn still keep in touch through phone calls and emails. Ironically, both women are school teachers, and in 2005, Fanny came to visit Marilyn in Halifax. The Prices intend to visit Louisiana in the future.
Very kind-hearted people, and that's what we remember the most.
On this solemn anniversary, 2 families remember a unique friendship, formed through a day of chaos and a desire to help. And another interesting way that Fanny and Marilyn have kept in touch over the years was through their students. As mentioned, both are school teachers, and in 2002, they had the idea to have their students become pen pals. So Marilyn's grade 7 class here in Nova Scotia learned all about Louisiana, while Fanny's grade 2 class learned all about Nova Scotia. Yet another cross-border connection created in part by this unforgettable tragedy.
Yeah, very good point. Thank you, Allan.
Thank you, Bruce.
CTV's Allan April reporting live tonight from the news center.